Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you've had a really good weekend, a restful one, or if you were working, then I hope that at least it was a good one and not too stressful for you. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Harry's court case and the results of this and what I think is kind of going on behind the scenes, and also Harry's appearance at the Aviation Award and the fact that Meghan did not turn up, because I know so many speculated that they believed that she would, and I'm going to talk to you about why I think she didn't. So if you want to join me in this video, and please do not forget to like and subscribe, because it does help, well, me and the algorithm. But you should know what to do by now, unless you are new here, in which case this is a little thing that I do before every video. It's just my thing. I've done it since the beginning, but you can skip this part if you don't wish to listen to it. But grab your drink of choice, whatever that may be, and drop it in the comments what you are sitting back relaxing with today. Or if you would like to add a little something to your drink of choice, because as the flag says behind me, yep, you got it. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab your drink and let's dive right in. And look who's here. Arthur's come to say hello. Yeah. So yeah, in today's video, I do appreciate the fact that so many of you are waiting on my Megxit video. It will be coming. Please don't worry. I have to do a lot of research, so trying to juggle that when they keep just appearing in the news, and I'm trying to keep up to date with everything. Like I say, they're just not giving me a minute, which is very selfish. So anyway, so let's go with Harry's court case, and I've got my little notes here because I do try to do as much research as I possibly can, but at the same time I do appreciate that I get things wrong. Like, for example, when I spoke in, I think, my last video where I said Harry had gone to university, so many of you were in the comments going, no, he didn't. And you were right, he didn't. For some reason, I think in my brain, I thought Eton was a university. So that's why I said that. But you are correct. Harry did not go to university. So I do apologise for that. So Harry's court case. So I'm sure that most of you by now know that Harry has dropped his court case to the Mail on Sunday. And for those of you who don't know what this court case was about, although I'm pretty sure most of you do, so this was about him going for security, and the Mail on Sunday wrote that they believed that he was trying to spin the narrative in his favour so he would be awarded security. And this is obviously the police security in coming over to the UK. This was taken away because he is no longer a working royal, and quite frankly, deservedly so. However, for state events, for royal events, there is security. So this is just if Harry decides that he wants to come over to the UK, he believes that he's entitled to police security. He then wanted to hire police security, in which case? What's place? Who knows? In which case, the police have said, well, we're not for hire. So if you want to hire your own security, Harry, feel free, but the police are not for hire. So the Mail on Sunday obviously were following this case, and they said that they believe that Harry was trying to spin the narrative in regards to security. And we all know that famous car chase that never happened in New York, I believe, because Harry is saying that he feels unsafe here. So before I get into this court case, I'm just going to say a few little things here. Harry believes that he is unsafe. He has stated that the reason why he doesn't bring his alleged children here is because of how he worries about their safety, and of course, Meghan's. But I just want to add that, didn't they say that they brought the children over here for the Jubilee, even though nobody saw them? And I will argue the fact that I don't believe they were here. However, their PR stated that they were over here. And in fact, what they did state was they had a photograph taken with the Queen, which in my opinion never happened. It has come out that the Queen has never, I believe, probably hasn't even seen Lily, let alone had a picture taken with her. So this is all PR spin. But this is exactly what they have said. They have said they came over, they brought the children with them, and to the point where Lily had her very first birthday at Frogmore Cottage. But again, nobody has seen them. They weren't on the flight manifest. But if you're going to go with Harry's narrative, because he cannot seem to keep up with the lies that he tells, he has stated they were over here for the late Queen's Jubilee. But yet, in this, the way he's saying this, it's like the children can't come over because they don't feel safe. So which is it, Harry? The children, you felt safe to bring the children over then, according to you. But then now, according to you, the children haven't come over because they don't feel safe. So what I would say is that Harry slips up. He's being caught out in his lies because those children, in my opinion, are not with them. And I have said this, and I know that people go, stop going on about it. But I reiterate for the people that are new to the channel, I appreciate that the people that have been following me, this probably does seem repetitive. However, for new people that come to my channel, especially because I'm sure that some of you don't go back and watch some of my older videos, which is fine, but that's why I reiterate a lot of things due to the fact that there are people that maybe this is the first time they've watched my video. So I do not believe that the children are with them. And so in that breath, I do not believe that the children came over here for the Jubilee. And I've stated back in one of my videos why I don't believe that is, because especially given how much of a narcissist Meghan is and how much of an attention seeker Harry is, that when they had that photograph at the window where they were standing with the children and sticking their tongues out, they would have taken that opportunity to have the children in that moment, to take the attention away from the other children. They didn't. So they were not on the flight manifest. They weren't here. And Harry slips up with things like this because, like I say, he stated that they were over here and now they weren't. They haven't come over here. So you've also got the fact that when they were over here at some point, Meghan decided to roll down the window of the vehicle they were in. So if you're so worried about your safety, why would you roll down the window in a blacked out vehicle that you were in? Surely you would be grateful for the fact that no one could see you were in there. But of course we know that Meghan needs to be seen and needs to have the front page about her. So she wound down the window because unless she did that, nobody would know who was in that car. So she did it for attention. She did it to get her face in the media, which of course is what happened. But again, that goes against the fact that if you're so worried about your security, why would you do things like this? And I would probably hasten to add that Harry probably didn't even know she was going to do that. She probably just did it anyway. So of course the court case was happening and Harry was trying to get this thrown out. Now here's what I believe. I believe that Harry, who along with Meghan has become litigious, I believe that because Meghan probably unexpectedly got away with the lie in her court case, because let's be honest, it was perjury, it was lies, but nothing was done about that. So I would imagine that probably both her and Harry believe that because of who they are, that they can get away with things. And in all honesty, possibly because Harry has got away with things in the past, given the fact that he is the prince of the royal family. So there he is, and he's decided to take this to court. And of course, the newspaper has doubled down and said, hang on a minute, no, we've got proof, etc. And it's classed as an opinion piece. Harry probably thought that he could do this and it wouldn't even go to trial. I would imagine that his lawyers have said, it's fine. This is never going to go to trial. You'll get a payout. Don't worry about it. Job done. Of course, not realising that the newspaper actually has receipts and they've said, no, we're not having this. We're going to stand by what we've said. Harry then expected, I would imagine, probably from the fact that his lawyers are also saying this, that the judge will throw this out. And of course the judge's gone, actually, no, I'm not going to throw this out. We're actually going to take this to trial. So I would imagine then that Harry then becomes a bit panicky, because he's then, well, you know what, I haven't really got any proof. The other side have presented some credible evidence to prove that Harry probably not only lied about this, but lied about multiple other things, which Harry does not want to be made public. So rather than run the risk of the fact that this is going to go to trial and Harry is going to have a lot of other things exposed about him, he has decided to drop the case because he had missed the deadline of producing any evidence. And that's because I believe there isn't any evidence on his side. So he has now had to drop this case because he can't go forward with it. And this is what Harry is now going to start seeing, is the fact that all this protection that he had, being part of the royal family, he's now probably fast realizing that his family protected him far more. The institution, the people behind it, the men in grey suits, as he likes to remind us from what his mother has says, were the ones that were protecting Harry against himself. He no longer has this now. So he's now being in the big wide world where he realizes there are now consequences to actions. So he's now thought, oops, well, okay, I haven't got any evidence here whatsoever. And in fact, the other side are bringing in numerous amounts of evidence, plus other things that I don't really want to be exposed. I'm going to drop the case. And I'm sure he's going to come up. There's going to be some PR spin of why he dropped this case. But in all honesty, this is going to be the truth of why he's dropped the case. There's going to be nothing that he could have given, and the fact that he didn't want other things to be exposed. So he is now going to have to pay around $1 million. So it's 750,000 legal fees on his side, pounds, and 250, I believe, thousand on the other side. So I correct that before everyone jumps on me. 500,000 for his side and 250,000 for the other side, which equates to around $1 million, not pounds. That's a lot of money. Bearing in mind that what he's just been awarded, which was not a lot. He's also had to pay around 50,000, I believe, damages for the other one as well. So they are hemorrhaging money now. And I would believe, especially given that nobody is clamoring to hire these two, they are going to be in trouble. And I would imagine they've probably been in trouble for a little while now, but this is now really starting to really manifest now, because even from the donations from Merchywell, I would imagine that they're not going to be getting those donations, and all the bluster of the cult squad. When you look at some of the little donations outside of the two big ones, it amounts to pretty much nothing in comparison to their lifestyle, because I do believe that Merchywell is funding their lifestyle. They probably just give a little bit of a donation every now and again to appease the public and to appease the cult squad. But other than that, there's nothing. That they literally use that money to fund their lifestyle, which is why they've done what they've done. So I believe they're in absolute trouble here. I think that we are now going to probably start seeing that they're going to, and this is why I do believe that we're getting these sort of PR puff pieces of them wanting to come back to the royal family, because they have no money. This is not, if they want to come back, which I don't believe Meghan would ever want to come back. Harry, yes, more than likely would want to, because he would fast realise that he's nothing without his family. And he is now seeing this. He's nothing money-wise. He's nothing in regards to what people, the respect that he has. So this is why we're seeing a lot of these non-awards which they've bought up, because they're trying to create themselves to be very credible. And what's interesting is if you look at the difference between the royal family, they're the ones that give out the awards and promote and big people up, the charities that they support, and yet Harry and Meghan are more interested in collecting awards for themselves rather than actually going out and about and supporting other charities and putting them front and centre. Which leads me then on to Harry's appearance at this aviation, the Legend of Aviation Award. As you know, I've already done a video a little bit about this. So of course by now he's turned up, he's got this award, and he was presented it by John Travolta. And there was a couple of little passive aggressive things I thought in there from Harry, where he actually said, and he did it as a joke, but I would wonder if this is something that that Harry does, where he actually said to John Travolta that he dines out on the dance with Diana. And there's a part of me that thinks this was almost a bit passive aggressive where Harry's concerned. Like, it's almost as if it bothers him that John Travolta had this dance, and I would imagine that this is also connected to Meghan as well. That it bothers him that this is mentioned a lot of the time. So he happened to get that little dig in of, but did it as a joke, this is funny. You'll be dining out on this this thing with my mum for a long time. You've been dining out or something along those lines. So there are two reasons why this can happen. Is one, sometimes when we have a reaction to something, we call this a trigger response, although a lot of people don't like that term, and that's okay. So what I would say is when you have a strong emotional response to something that somebody has said or does, this means that it's connected to you in some way. It can mean that this person has said or done something that has happened, or something is similar that has affected you in your past, and so it bothers you. And that's just an abbreviated term. Obviously it can be a lot deeper than that. Then you have the other form, which is where you do something and then you see that in somebody else and it irritates you because it's a part of yourself that's not very nice. And on a subconscious level, you know this. So when somebody else does something that you do, you become what we can call passive aggressive. And also, if you don't want to say directly to them, look, can you just stop talking about my mum, please? It's really upsetting to me. You don't want to say that because in Harry's case, which is what I think is happening, is also the fact that he does this. He's dining out on the things with his mum. And again, his mum gets mentioned again. And I think that this is getting very old and very tiring. This is all that Harry knows to do, is to bring his mum into things. So, of course, he almost passive-aggressively has a dig at John Travolta for dining out on the dance with his mother. So, of course, he's up there. And the biggest thing that was noticed was the fact that Meghan wasn't with him. And, of course, what we have to have is the PR spin. And isn't it interesting that we have, bless them, King Charles, who is going in for an enlarged prostate operation, and we have the fact that Princess Catherine is in hospital recovering from a planned abdominal operation. Of course, what we get from their PR side is that Meghan hasn't turned up because one of the children are unwell. Really? So there we have, in some ways, Meghan trying to, in a sense, almost take the limelight away from what is going on. And this is, again, how narcissists behave. Do I believe that one of the children are unwell? No. In all fairness, I don't. And that's also because, like I've said before, I don't believe the children are with them. But it's how convenient the fact that one of the children are unwell. So if one of the children were unwell, so say if we're going to look at the fact that the children are with them, if one of the children were unwell, you would name the child. Like, for example, if it was Archie or Lily, then you would say, unfortunately, Lily has become unwell. But the thing is, when you just sort of do a vague one of the children, it can mean anything. It can mean anything. But I don't believe this for one tiny second. So let's look at the way a narcissist behaves. So would Meghan have gone to this award ceremony? And I know that people are going to say, well, she wouldn't have gone because she's not getting the attention. And yes, narcissists do like the attention. However, what we also know is that narcissists, more than anything, do not like someone else getting that attention. So is there every chance that she could have turned up to take the attention from Harry? Yes, absolutely. What we could have had is Meghan turning up in an outfit that would have garnered attention from Harry, that she would have done something or she would have orchestrated something to, again, take the attention from Harry. She possibly could have wanted to go up on stage to present the award where there were rumours that she wanted to do this. However, this didn't happen. So she would not have missed out on this event unless it was significant. So what I believe is what I've said all along is these two are not together. I do not believe they are together. I believe that they turn up to certain things because they have commitments probably prior to splitting. I also believe that there is potentially that Meghan is bullying, in a sense, Harry so she can go along to things, and she's probably getting her agency to push for this. Now, there's been rumours that her agency are wanting to drop her because they don't know what to do with her. How true this is, I do not know. But it would go, if you look at the fact that why didn't her agency push for her to go? She would have been there with a lot of other star-studded people. Now, another reason is because narcissists are fundamentally insecure. And so if they are with people that they feel could actually call them out on something, or they could get exposed in some way, they're never going to risk that, which is why they isolate. They only surround themselves with people that they know are going to be sycophantic, or they're going to have the attention on them. So it's very possible that Meghan wouldn't turn up to this, given the fact that there's going to be a lot more star-studded people than her there. But again, it's also, there's a lot of men there. So Meghan is also very, narcissists are very flirtatious. So it's very possible that she would have wanted to turn up, given the fact that there's a lot of probably suitable people there for her. So the fact that she didn't says to me that there's one of two things. One, she was not invited. She was not on the list and never was, because, like I say, they're not together. And no matter how much orchestrating, etc., being the fact that John Travolta was the one that was hosting this, etc., and apparently he was allegedly influential in Harry getting this award, I possibly can believe that they stopped her from coming. The second thing is, again, due to her insecurity of being around bigger names than her, she would not have wanted to come. But I have a feeling that it's more the first one. I actually suspect that she was not allowed to come. This was about Harry, and it's very possible that things were put in place so she didn't go. So then we have this PR announcement, the media announcement of the fact that she didn't go because of the fact that one of the children were unwell. But also, what does this also create? It creates Harry to look bad, because Meghan, it's going to look like Meghan is staying at home being the doting mother. One of the children are not well, but also the fact that Harry put an award before his children. So prior to recently, it was coming out that Harry and Meghan had not put any statement out in regards to the royal family in wishing them well. Harry didn't mention any of this on stage. I don't think that's particularly unusual. I know that he is being called out for it, but it is an award ceremony, and I wonder how much. I think right. So I don't like Harry, but I think he would have been slammed if he did say something, and slammed because he hasn't. So if he had said something, people would have said, "Oh, he's using the royal family for clout." So in that one thing, I'm not going to sort of say anything negative about that, because I don't feel that an award ceremony possibly would have been an appropriate thing to say in regards to his father and his sister-in-law. But it is going to come out in a sense that it's making Harry to look bad. The fact that he's putting an award against his own child who is unwell. So this is where Meghan has, in a sense, tried to take the limelight. So Harry's got this award, and because she couldn't go, she has put out that she didn't go because she was being the doting mother and staying at home looking after their child who's unwell. So this is what narcissists do. So I don't think that she was ever invited. And again, if I'm wrong and people have, and if you've got evidence to show that she was definitely invited, because of course it was put out there that she was going, but I think again that was PR. We know that this is what Meghan does. She puts things out beforehand, in a sense almost to strong arm somebody into allowing her to go or getting an invite, etc. So I think it was put out by her team to say that she was going, in a sense almost to strong arm them into giving her an invite to go. But I don't think she was ever going to go. I don't think she was on the list to go, and she wasn't allowed. So this is what narc revenge looks like. This is then, it's like, okay, so now what do? I need to make myself look great, and I need to make it seem that Harry is not. And again, this shows you in a way that they're not together, because if they were a loving couple and together, she would not want to take the limelight from Harry in any shape or form. So maybe she could have put something out afterwards, but it all come out around the same time. The reason Meghan wasn't coming was because one of her children were unwell. How convenient, given the fact that, let's say, the King Charles is not well, and also that Catherine isn't well at the moment. So it's kind of like, oh, one of my children are not well. But again, I think this is also to say, well, Harry's putting his award ceremony first before his children. Of course, that hasn't come out, but that is, in my mind, is the way that she is going to want to portray this. And I'm sure that if you go on social media, the cult squad are going to go, oh, what a lovely mum that she is. She's choosing to put her children first by staying at home instead of going to this bash that she could have gone to. It's absolute, in my opinion, rubbish. She would not have missed out on this opportunity, I believe, unless, like I say, one or two things. She was never invited in the first place, or the fact that there's some insecurity within her that thinks that she's going to get called out on some things, or she's not going to get the adulation that she wanted. But absolutely, she would want to take the attention away from Harry in some shape or form. So the fact that she didn't go, she's now tried to do that in what is coming out in the media. They are a sinking ship. In my opinion, they've been slowly sinking for a while, but I think now they are really, really hemorrhaging. They are in damage control, and I wonder if it's just too late. I don't know where they can go from here, because there is nothing credible about these two. Their lies are coming out more and more, and I will be talking about the Lilibet nickname of the late Queen in the next video, because I want to give you my thoughts and opinions on this, and what I think really happened behind the scenes. So let me know what you think in the comments. Have you enjoyed this video? Have you got something that I haven't spoken about that I've missed out on? So please let me know, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But if you have, also please remember to click the all button. You have 3 choices: all, personalized, or none. And if you don't want to miss my uploads, click all on the notification bell. If you want to email me, you can. The link is again in the description box. In fact, everything is in there. I have a PO box for those of you who write to me and ask where can you write to me or send me something. There is a PO box. If you scroll down to the bottom of the description box, you will see it there. Please go across and like my Tea and Therapy channel. I will be doing a video on there this week. I know I haven't done one on there for a little while, and I am hoping to do a live once a month with you guys, because I do miss doing the lives with you. I really do enjoy them, and I know that you guys do too. So yeah, I think that's kind of it. Please go across and give my son some love on his channel. He's struggling with views over there, so I'd really appreciate some support to him. That would be very lovely. If you'd like to buy me a cuppa, then if you've got something from this video, then that would be amazing. But like I've always said, please think about yourself first and foremost. And you know, it's not obligatory, and it doesn't take away from the content that I do here. It's just, I do get people that say, how can I support you? Do I have a PayPal address? And I don't like to put the PayPal address up, because I don't well, I just don't, in all fairness. And so to treat me to a cuppa is if you want to do something, that is lovely. But watching my videos, subscribing to my channel, sharing my videos is thanks enough. So I hope you have a good rest of the week, and I will see you in the next video where I will be discussing Lily and what my thoughts are in regards to this nickname. And I hope that you take care of yourselves. So from me and Arthur, I will see you in the next one. So as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye.